Well, hazards and emergencies are not something that most of us want to spend much time thinking about. However, that doesn't keep them from happening. That's why Knox County emergency management is such a vital part of our everyday lives, whether we realize it or not. I'm here today with John Streeter and Jim Evans. Thank you guys for being here.
Good morning, Allison.
So, talking about hazards, what kind of hazards are you guys kind of watching out for just every day?
Well, each location has its own unique hazards, but we use stuff that FEMA puts out, and we look at and grade different types of events that can happen in our county. One of them is flooding. Another one of our main ones is severe weather and tornadoes. And a third one is earthquakes, and the fourth one is hazardous materials events. Okay.
And do you guys go and receive extra training for this? How are you staying up on the guidelines that FEMA puts out?
So FEMA has a lot of guidance on things like that all the time. We're always getting mail or messages or texts from them or whatever about this kind of thing. And we review our what do we do if plans on a regular basis. We're in the midst of doing that again now, developing the plans and putting them on and reviewing them and making sure they're still timely and so forth. And that's something we do all the time. Every county does that, or should do that anyway. They have a comprehensive emergency mitigation plan that every county does. And in that plan, you identify what you think are be the main threats to your area, and then you grade it, you give them a score, then you work on the high score ones more than the low score ones. Like, we know that here we're liable for bad weather or other things like that, so we pay a lot of attention to that. And then we review the plans and we go from there. And like I said, the best laid plans, you do the best you can. Because as soon as the first tornado hits, all the plans, it's all up, it's all fluid then anyway. So, but yeah, you do the best you can.
Right. So you guys are out and about places and at actual emergencies and things like that. Tell me how you fit in. We've got the fire department, we've got the police. What's you guys' role in an emergency?
So we kind of specialize in incident management. We're taught the National Incident Management System, which is a presidential directive. All fire, law enforcement, EMS, emergency management, everybody from A to Z in the United States is trained on how to work this and coordinate together. So when we get there, we first look and see if things are set up right, if there needs to be some different type of coordination with individuals and entities with communications and things, and make sure everybody can talk to each other.
Okay. And then, are you putting out information? Are you part of the awareness system? Like you said, communication. Are you sending out information to the public about these things, or how are you communicating with the public?
So we do things like we do Facebook Live. We did a Facebook Live thing last night about the event in the northern part of the county. We're trying to be seen in the community. Mm-hmm. We appear on playing things like this, and every time someone asks a question, we'll try to be there. And our job is basically support. If somebody needs something, we'll try to help them. So it's like everything else. We're on. You do interviews, you do Facebook, you do other social media things. It's routine stuff.
Right. So you talked about weather and emergencies that pop up. What about earthquakes? Because I think that's one that kind of falls to the back of people's minds around here. But is that a problem that you're watching?
Yeah, right now I think we've completed the current review of our earthquake mitigation plan, and where we basically we take a template that's been given us by the state or by FEMA, and then we tailor that to our specific needs and so forth. And I think we've about finished reviewing that. It's like everything else. The first step of the plan is, after the shaking stops, what do you got left?
Right.
And then you try to, you can't really predict it yet, but you figure ways of not putting all your utilities in one spot, all your supplies in one spot, all your resources. You can have them in other places. So if you have an earthquake that hits one major area, you haven't lost everything.
Right. Are we close to an earthquake fault, or what's our earthquake?
We are. So we are two faults. The New Madrid, which kicked off in actually 1811, 1812, when it was 7.5 earthquake. It was pretty major. And the next one is we have the Wabash Valley, fault line, which we sit on next to the Wabash River. So we prepare a lot for that. That's something that we can't foresee when that's going to happen, so we prepare for that almost daily.
Okay. Like you said, you're getting information out. Are you guys connected with when there's tornado watches, when there's would there be an alert for something like that? Like, I don't know, there's a fire here, the road's gonna be closed down. Is there something like that?
So
Code Red.
Code Red is one thing we do. Since we have our radios that are our two-ways, and whenever a National Weather Service issues a severe warning, severe thunderstorm or whatever, that information gets to Central Dispatch, and then they will automatically send information all out to all the agencies under their jurisdiction. Well, we are also watching that, and we have no weather radio. So the other thing in the county, if you live in the county, then we have a product called Code Red. And Code Red is a service that you would have to sign up for, and it's at no charge to you. And it will automatically dial your phone number or email you or text you or all three and tell you if there's a severe weather incident or something like that in your specific area at your house.
Right.
And in addition to that, we've also completed training for the director and the deputy directors to allow us to have access to another part of Code Red we refer to as iPause, which gives us access to the wireless alerts you get on your phone, and also the EAS events that we send out broadcast over the air. We use those sparingly because we don't want to overdo them.
Right.
But we are authorized to do everything except weather.
How do people sign up for Code Red if they aren't already
So
signed
right
up?
now the county's going through a transition. We're moving to a new website for the county. So right now you can go to knoxcounty.in.gov, scroll down to the bottom and click on the Code Red icon, and that will allow you to sign up for that service. And it's free to all citizens in Knox County.
And I think there's also a link on your website.
Right. And then, so that's all through the cell phones, right? Are you guys putting out information to the people, like what happens if, cell phone service is lost? How are you reaching emergency information to the people?
So one way we can do that still is if you have a landline, then Code Red would go to your home or go to your email, or if your cell phone is out, it'll still go to your email account or go to Home Loan if you have one. We also have, if you're outside, we have the outdoor warning siren systems, and there's 14 in the county. What's the count now?
24.
24 outdoor warning sirens in the county, scattered all over parts of the county. And we have the ability to set them off individually or by area. So if there's an activity or a storm or something in an emergency situation, say in Oaktown or Freelandville, the people in the southern part of the county who would not be included in that, their sirens wouldn't go off to unnecessarily upset them.
Your mobile unit, we've seen it places around. Talk a little bit about that and why you take it places.
So our Mobile Emergency Operations Center was bought during COVID. It serves two different purposes, actually three. It can be an instant command post for the emergency response personnel, the people that's at the scene if they need to use that. There's lots of communications in there. Second purpose is it's a backup 911 center. So the two computers that are in there hook directly to the 911 service. So if our primary 911 service and facility was not able to be used, that would be the backup, and all the calls would go in there. So we do have a backup now. Third one is it's for incident support, specialized incidents involving special events throughout our community. So we go and set up and we help those special event staff run their event, give them communications that they need to, and just help them coordinate things just a little bit better. So it's become very popular. We use that a lot throughout the year.
Okay, that all sounds like you guys are being really progressive and trying to keep Knox County safe, and we appreciate you being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. To stay up to date with the Knox County Emergency Management Agency, you can follow them on Facebook.